Hello everyone, this is MD NOOR and welcome to the Creativity channel. In this tutorial, basically, I'll show you that how you can create an image like this. So this is called image manipulation, and we do this in Photoshop. So have a look. So that's the main image. Here you can see, and I turn this image to something like this, and you can see how nice it looks. It looks like the astronaut is standing inside a cave and looking at the Earth from empty space, and it looks really nice. And see that in the original image, the color tone is yellowish, but after making all the changes, now you can see here now it's bluish and it's perfectly matching with the background. The main background is here, basically this art, and with this, basically, we try to match the color tone of all other things. So yeah, let's get it started and let's see that how we can create an image like this. First, let us open the image. So go to File and Open, and then just simply just select the image. And don't worry, I'm going to share all these images. I'll put the download link of these images in the description box, so you can download all these images from there. So just open this image. So first, what we're going to do, we're going to copy this background by pressing Ctrl J. And then after that, we're going to turn off the eye of this background. And in this layer, basically, we're going to make all the changes. So first, I would like to remove the sky. To remove the sky from here, select the quick selection tools and select the sky. Just click and just drag a little bit, and you see that automatically it's perfectly select the sky. And now I'll inverse the selection. To inverse the selection, we have to press Ctrl Shift I on the keyboard, and then we'll click here on this layer mask icon. Now you see that I'm successfully able to remove the sky. Now I'd like to place the image that I'd like to put at the back. So for that, go to File and then Place Embedded, and from here select the image. And here you can see this is the image I'd like to put at the back, and I'd like to show this image through this gap. So just let's increase the size of this image and try to adjust to the size that is required or you would like to keep there. So this much I want. Let's press Enter, and let's take this image and place it down here. So you see here now through this gap, I can see this image. Now we can actually move this image when this layer is selected. And you see here, I can move it again and I can reposition it the way I want. So this much I want. So it looks perfect. So now we're going to do the color adjustment. So here, that's the basically the image that we have to do the color adjustment. So in this image, so basically we're going to take first level adjustment layer. So if I click on this icon, you know that from here we can take a level adjustment layer. So from here, we're going to take a level adjustment layer, and then we'll click on this icon. If you click on this icon, this is how we can do the clipping mask. So I would like to clipping mask this layer adjustment layer with this image only, so that if I make any changes here, then it will going to only affect to this image only. So for that, what I'm going to do, I can hold on the Alt button, and then I can click here, or I can do one more thing. I can just simply click on this icon. Actually, it will going to do the same thing. So this is how you have to clipping mask this level adjustment layer with this image. And after that, we're going to make it a little bit darker like this. This much would be enough, I think. Yeah, perfect. And this is what I want. And after that, let's select this basically layer mask in this level adjustment layer. And we know how the layer mask work. With the black and white color, we can hide or show a specific part. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to play this trick. We select this layer mask, and then from here we select the brush tools, and then from here we're going to brush here on the edges of this stones basically. So what will happen from here, it will going to show the basically the light a little bit brighter. I would like to make this edges a little bit brighter because I would like to give it a feel that the light is coming through this area, so that this edges is supposed to be a little bit brighter because there will be some lights will be present here on the edges. So for that, I'm going to brush here with the black color on the edges so that I can bring back the previous state if I brush here on the layer mask with the black color. So before that, make sure to select the soft brush, and then from here decrease the opacity to maybe 18%, 15 to 20% between any amount you can take. So I'm selecting here 18% in the brush, and then here I'm going to do the brush on the edges now. Now have a look what I'm doing. Simply with the black color, I'm brushing here. And if I brush here with the black color, then you'll see that on the edges, I'm able to bring back the previous state. I can make it a little bit brighter. So it means that through this area, there will be a little bit light coming in, and that's why the edges are a little bit brighter. And here you can see. So we're going to just simply brush here with the black color, and see now I can able to make this edges a little bit brighter. And then we're going to brush here over the sea, because the sea here is outside of this cave, so here light will be present, and just here inside the cave we're going to make it a little bit brighter like this. And here you can see this much would be enough. I think this will work perfectly. And again, I'm going to brush here on the edges. I would like to make this edges a little bit brighter, more brighter basically. So here you can see it's done. Now we're going to now basically make this image a little bit, I'd like to take with the color. I'd like to make it a little bit desaturated. So for that, we can simply select a hue and saturation adjustment layer. We're going to do the clipping mask again from here by clicking on this icon. And then we're going to take out the saturation from here like this. You can see now I'm able to basically make the image a little bit black and white, and you can see I can decrease the amount of color from here so that I can make it a little bit desaturated. So here I'm going to use 80, minus 80 to be exact, and here you can see now it's looking less colorful. Here you can see that's the before and that's the after. And then I'm going to take one more hue and saturation, and again I'm going to do the clipping mask, and from here I'll turn on this colorize option, and then maybe I'm going to take this to here somewhere around here, just trying to match the color tone with the background. Here you can see I think it will work perfectly. And let's increase the saturation a little bit. We're going to keep it around 50 like this. Now it's done. Now you see that how nice it looks. If you want to make it a little bit more darker, you can just simply double click here in the level adjustment layer, and from here I can make it a little bit more darker like this. So give it a little bit more depth, much better. So at any point, if you would like to actually change the adjustment, basically the color adjustment. So as we have applied all these hue and saturation levels in the adjustment layer, you can just double click here, and then you can actually change whenever you think that you need to make some changes. And whenever it's required, you can make the changes from here. So this is how it works. And then now we're going to place the astronaut. So I have the astronaut image in PNG format without the background. Here you can see. So let's make it a little bit smaller and try to adjust the size basis of the requirement. So I think this much would be enough. Perfect. So here I'm going to place it. And here you can see the astronaut perfectly placed. And now we have to again do the color adjustment. We have to match the color with this background and the environment. So here you can see it's now a bit brighter, white color. So we have to match with this bluish tone. So for that, again, we're going to select first the level adjustment. And then from here, we'll do the clipping mask. And then we're going to make it a little bit darker like this. Because on the back side, there's supposed to be no color or no light supposed to be present. So we're going to make it darker. And this much I'm going to keep. That would be enough. Now, again, we're going to select, I think with the color balance, it will work. So I'm selecting the color balance adjustment layer and then click on this icon to clip mask. And then I'll take this slider to the left and this one to the right a little bit. It's kind of like no blue. And now again, on the edges, I would like to make sure that there will be some lights present on the edges. Basically, it will going to give it a feel that the lights is hitting on the astronaut's front side. So from the edges, we can see some lights. So to do that, again, we're going to select this level adjustment layer. We'll select the layer mask, and then with the brush tools and with the 18 to 20% opacity, we're going to brush it on the edges. Have a look what happened. Can you see that the lights is like coming back on the edges? So this is what I want. So it is going to make the astronaut looks more realistic, and it will match the environment. And here you can see. So on the edges on the front side, so lights are there. That's what I want to give. Make it a little bit brighter on the front side, on the edges specifically, like this. Just brush here on the edges, and anywhere you feel like that the light is supposed to be visible, just brush on that area like this. Now it's done. Now after that, now I'd like to add some shadow. So to add shadow, what you have to do first, you have to actually bring back the selection of this astronaut. As this astronaut image is in PNG, so we can actually simply select the astronaut and we can bring back the selection. So to do that, first just hold on the control button and click on the astronaut layer in the layer box. And this is how you can bring back the selection by holding the control button, and then you can click on the layer box to bring back the selection of this astronaut image. And it's PNG. That's the reason you're able to get exactly the same selection of the astronaut. And after that, just create a new layer. We're going to create just just at the back or basically behind this astronaut. So that's why we're going to create a layer just down here of this astronaut image, and then we'll apply the black color here by pressing Alt Delete. You can see here in the foreground I have the black color. Then press Ctrl D to deselect it. Then we'll basically press Ctrl T, and then we'll right click, and then we're going to flip basically vertically this shadow, and then we're going to take it down here like this. I'm going to place somewhere like this, and then we'll right click inside this layer box, and we're going to skew it a little bit because the shadow is not looking nice. So if I select skew, now I can actually change the position like this. And this is how it's supposed to be, because the light is coming from here. So the shadow is also supposed to be in an angle like this. Here you can see. Now it's done. Now after that, now you see the shadow is too dark. So we're going to decrease the opacity from here when the layer is selected, the shadow, and then from here just decrease the opacity to maybe 30%. This will work perfect. And then after that, maybe this edges of the shadow is basically too sharp, but the shadow edges is supposed to be softer. So to make it softer, we're going to apply a Gaussian blur. So for that, go to filter and then blur and then Gaussian blur. And from here, we're going to apply, basically in the shadow, we're going to apply the blur. So don't apply too much. Just a little bit that is required. I think this looks perfect. Click on the OK button. Now you see it's completely done. And here is the result. And this is how you can create a image like this and following this technique. So I'm going to share all these images with you. So you just follow these steps. And this is what is called image manipulation. And I believe you love the tutorial. If you like the tutorial, so please do subscribe the channel and please do like the video, and that will going to motivate me to create more videos like this. Thank you so very much.